Hey everyone, Todd here, internalarchitect.com. And in this video, I want to talk about what a ripping weekend I had. December 2018, weekend before Christmas. I was heavily involved with my nonprofit, Strappin' for Life, at the Do Tour event in Breckenridge. That's the big action sports kind of season kickoff for competition for snowboarding and skiing. And we were really fortunate to be able to get a tent inside the main experience area for Do Tour. Part of it was also to, for those of you that don't know, Strappin' for Life, our main mission is to help those that are affected by cancer through on-mountain experiences. We were able to bring a family out from Tahoe to give them an experience, to give them a break from treatment. Derek and his lovely wife were able to join us, and we were able to give them this experience. Mountain Dew and Do Tour and TEN were able to get us VIP passes for Derek and his wife, and we really were able to make an impact on Derek, and mostly because Derek has gone through or is in the middle of his second diagnosis of Hodgkin's lymphoma. And for those of you that know, I am also a Hodgkin's lymphoma, but I'm a survivor at this point. Derek is going through his second round. It turns out that Derek and I have a lot in common for our treatments and for everything that we had gone through. He was in remission for 10 years, and he has recently had a reoccurrence. Derek is going through immunotherapy at this time, and it just so happened that Do Tour fell in between his treatment sessions. So they were able to come out, and my partners and board of directors were able to help Derek facilitate an amazing event. And it turns out that Derek had an amazing time. I'm absolutely shocked by how well everything went there. The whole event went really well. We talked to probably over 700 people through the whole entire event, and a lot of people are really interested in what we're doing with Strappin' for Life. So all in all, the event was really good. Now I wanted to talk about this because, as I am slowly building Internal Architect, I'm also building Strappin' for Life at the same time. And and so you all know, Strappin' for Life is a legitimate 501c3 nonprofit that myself and two other friends really put together about 5 years ago. And because one, I went through cancer, and then one of the co-founders, Dave Tuck, was going through pancreatic cancer, and unfortunately we lost Dave just before we received our exempt status from the IRS. So, we think I believe that Dave is up there overseeing us and keeping an eye on us and making sure that we're just doing the good stuff. And this thing that I'm doing with Strappin' for Life is really the passion project. Internal Architect is also the kind of the passion project also, because I really want to help you that are watching this really get a handle on what it takes to start finding peace and balance in your life after going through cancer. And for me, being able to share that with you is super huge. And so when I have an experience that really was profound, I think it's important that Derek, because Derek is about 2 years older, is 3 years older than I am. He's 46. I'm 42, almost 43. So 4 years older than I am. And his experience with lymphoma is almost identical to mine. And that was the thing that really kind of gripped me about it all, because, one, he loves snowboarding. 2, he went through lymphoma. 3, he was a survivor and still is a survivor, obviously. And then it turns out we even have a lot of acquaintances that we know together. So it was just a random thing. I've never met Derek. I've never heard of Derek or anything. So it was really a strange thing for me to have him come into our life through the charity that that I'm creating with my partners. And it was, I taught in a previous video, and I'll link it up right here. I talk about the term synchronicity, and even I'm going to bring into a new one, serendipity also. Now, both of these terms kind of relate to each other because they have these experiences and these occurrences that happen without a lot of meaning and a lot of understanding, but they all kind of relate to each other. And I really felt that this experience and me meeting Derek was, one, it had a lot to do with the hard work and the effort to make this project happen, and two, because of the hard work and the effort, I got to meet someone that, one, I finally really felt like I could relate to, and two, it felt like I was able to really connect with someone that really got it and got my experience, and it brought me to tears. It actually, I felt like I was I'm still kind of in shock from the whole thing, because it was such an awesome meeting, and it was such an awesome time getting out and making turns with him that I'm in shock about it. We have such parallel experiences, not just with cancer, but also other life stuff too. And it was simply amazing because of all the work and everything, and because I really changed my mindset a long time ago to really become more of a growth centric mindset, to be able to learn from the mistakes that I make and be open to learning from the mistakes I make. It has opened up this other door of opportunity that has created this me meeting these people, and Derek felt like it was the culmination of all this work finally starting to show its generous head. And I am so happy about having this work this way, right? That's where the term synchronicity and even serendipity, it was very serendipitous to have this happen. And just, it feels really, really good. And it feels really good that the path that I'm taking, it continues to prove to me that all the work, everything that I've done with Internal Architect, the blueprint that I've created through my book, continues to prove itself to me over and over and over and over again. And that's why I feel so grateful and so fortunate right now for doing something that is teaching me a lot and proving to me every single day that it's the right thing, it's the right way to go. During this, I ended up going through a little bit of fear because Derek had a reoccurrence recently of his Hodgkin's, and he is looking to have to do another stem cell transplant or a bone marrow transplant. And I can't help but think about that situation happening to me. It may not happen ever. There's that, trying to predict the future side of things that doesn't work so good, right? And when that happened, I made some subconscious comments that I totally caught myself in the middle of, and also, but it was said of the whole group, and it was incredibly embarrassing. But at the same time, I was thinking in the back of my head, what if, the reoccurrence happens? What is going to happen? And at that point, after sitting back and kind of thinking about it for a little bit, I know that if it happens, I will approach it with even that much more vigor and that much more aggression and aggressiveness to battle it even that much harder. And I was able to talk with Derek last night after dinner about this because it was really something that was making me a little bit fearful. And he brought it up to me. He's like, you said a couple things last night. Don't take my experience as the one that's going to happen to you. And your experience is what you are going to go through and what you can expect. It could happen. I'm going to do my best to really prevent it from happening, because I was able to recognize the fear that I was feeling. Like at that moment, I was able to help myself overcome it and actually talk about it with the people that I was with, and Derek and Mark and Jess and Raina and Kalina. And I was like, okay, this is, it's proof to me that it continues, that all this work that I'm doing, all the psychological battling that I'm doing with myself and growth that I'm learning from it is, it feels so good. I ended up doing a podcast, which should come out sometime in February. And I'll put a link to that as soon as that happens. I'll do a whole blog spot on that, or a video log on that. And I was able to, it was absolutely amazing. And I cannot wait to share it with you all, because it's with a new podcast. It's called The Snowboard Project. And I talk about cancer, I talk about my snowboarding stuff, and a lot of stuff in between. And Mark, who does this podcast, is absolutely amazing and a true friend for a very, very long time. So I really appreciate that opportunity for that to happen. At this point, because of what I ended up going through with this weekend and the experience that I had with it, I am so grateful at this point that I know that I'm in the best place I have ever been in my life. I am probably the happiest I've been in my life, and things feel really good. And I feel very fortunate. I feel very grateful. And I had to share this with you guys, because I think once you start really working on this mindset and working on creating the foundation for you to build on, these are the things that you can experience. It's not about the monetary assets. It's not about all the stuff that you can buy and you can purchase. It's not about, keeping up with the Joneses. It's about being true to yourself, true to your own heart, and doing everything that you can to be aware of making yourself better every single day. Whether that means helping someone out, whether that means helping you out first. I mean, it's all part of the plan, right? So please take some time to think about this. So I'm just starting to ramble on. I had to get this out of my head, because it was such a good day, good weekend. Everything was really good. And over time, I'll share more stuff about Strapping for Life, because it's going to be more of an integral part of what I'm doing with Internal Architect and the whole big picture here. So awesome, guys. Thank you for listening to my rambling on in this one. And if you have any comments or questions about this, please hit me in the comment section below, and give me a thumbs up also, and give me a like if you would, and please share the video too. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate your time and your energy into watching the videos, and I so look forward to seeing you on the next one. I have some good videos coming up, so stay tuned. And again, thank you all.